Namaste, my name is Dhruva M.D. You can call me Dhruva M.D. if you cannot pronounce that. I go by the name of Sublime Shine as an artist, and I'm a family physician. I am here to bring you a series of motivational videos I tell myself on a regular basis called the Random Graffiti Series. I'm random and I throw a lot of graffiti everywhere. These things have worked for me. I'm confident that they'll work for you as you take the time to apply them. You don't have to do it exactly like this, but if you want to succeed, you might want to take some of these guidelines and apply it into your own life. I know they work for me. How to become a better listener. 3 simple steps. Great, what do I say? Isn't that easy? Simple steps. Wrong answer. It's simple to understand, but it's hard to execute. Let's get right into it. How do you become a better listener? I have struggled with this my whole life. Matter of fact, I'll still probably struggle with it tomorrow. But what will I do? I will go back to the drawing board because I know this works. Don't listen to negativity. Well, great, that's easy to say. That person told me that this is wrong. You were listening. You're hearing. You're hearing things that you should not be hearing. Well, that's coming to the second point. If somebody's constantly being negative to you, saying that you should do this, you're like this, why are you like this, it's likely that they don't like themselves. It's likely they have a problem with themselves. Let's go with this. They have a problem with themselves. This is very, very important. When somebody's constantly deflecting on you, you do this, you do this, you do this, and they don't check themselves, they're negative. They don't like themselves, they have problems with themselves. Those that tend to act in a wrathful fashion, I believe it's the 5th sin. It's because they have self-hatred, they have self-deprecating values where they kindly throw themselves to the floor by putting other people down. Also, they have inherent issues with how they deal with life in general. Do not listen to negativity. Very important to be a better listener. Don't listen to negativity. Number 2, hearing versus listening. People have told me this my whole life. You're not hearing me. You're listening to me. You're not listening to me. You're not hearing me. Well, I've come to understand this in 2 profound steps. Hearing is different from listening. When I hear somebody, now what do? I will repeat what they say. This patient came in, a 32-year-old came in for problems with COVID. 32-year-old came in with problems with COVID. Now they know that I've heard them. They might have said it, but they know I've heard them. Repeating things can be beneficial. However, if you do too much of it, people can get irritated. And matter of fact, when it comes to repetition, a lot of times people who repeat themselves have some sort of issue also with like control. Because when they repeat it, you're a bad person, you're a bad person, you're a bad person. You'll believe it one day if somebody keeps on telling you that. Hearing versus listening. How about the most important thing that's really helped me get through time? This is called DBT. In my video, all I do is work 2. All I do is work 2 elucidates DBT, which is known as Dialectical Behavioral Therapy. We can get to that in a different video if you like. Dialectical Behavioral Therapy means kind of talk to yourself. I communicate well with people. I have problems with relationships. What have I done? I pause, I pause, I pause. I think. Hey look, this 32-year-old male came in with COVID, all kinds of other things. I'm like, okay, wait a second. Before I blurt out some answer to try to control the situation by interrupting them or something, I pause. There's a reason why they're saying all of this stuff. It's either that they're lonely, they don't have anybody else to talk to, or the media's in their head. As I say in Pura Vida. It's another one of my songs, by the way. Pause, think, slow. That is another way you can become a good listener. If you find yourself interrupting, I don't do it anymore though, because I follow this. If you find yourself interrupting people, if they say you're not listening, well, it's probably a good idea that you pause. Now, if you tell yourself you're gonna pause about 20 times a day, you will do it. How do you manage this then? This is great. Well, I'm just gonna pause. You're probably not gonna be able to do it one time. I would say God knows that it's probably taken me about over 100 times to even come to the point where I'm like, in the middle of a conversation, I probably need to pause, okay? So sometimes when people are talking, I'm like, pause. Slow. Think. But when you do that too much, you don't hear them. You'll get used to it, I promise, if you do it enough. Other things that you could do is take a picture of this, look at it in the morning if you feel you have this issue with anything. and look at it on your phone. I have like different albums in my phone where I'm like, let's say I'm a bad listener. I have like 3 things that I've written down and I put it as I'm a bad listener. When I wake up in the morning, I'll read these, just some ideas for you. Let's go back and review. How to become a better listener in 3 simple steps. Great, that's real easy. Well, it's easy to understand, hard to execute. Don't listen to negativity. When you hear negativity, now we're talking about here, you think that way. When somebody keeps on saying something to you over and over again that is negative, they have a problem with themselves. Try to be as cognizant of that as possible. Don't worry about what they're saying. Try to cut it off directly. Say, I am done talking to you. Thank you for your advice. I do not need your unsolicited advice. An example, you can ask people close to me, they'll tell you that. 2, hearing versus listening. A 32-year-old comes in with COVID symptoms. A 32-year-old comes in with COVID symptoms. That way they know they've heard you. 3 is how to become a good listener. Pause. Whenever somebody is talking, tell yourself you're gonna pause. How about you pause after they talk, maybe like for a second or 2, then they know that you're not trying to interrupt them. Now, I know that this works because I've interrupted people 1,000 times in my life. Pause, pause, pause. Think, think, think. Give answer, answer, answer. Hopefully this helped you. If you think that there is something that I can improve on this or something else you would like to hear, please put that down in the comments below. I appreciate you taking the time to help me understand myself better and in turn hopefully help you. Drop a comment below, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and I appreciate you listening to me. God bless, take care of yourself, and then take care of your family. Namaste.